Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Got some more locals finally going back to Fanboy 3. Gracious enough to let me record once again. And with February now upon us also, some mogul moves happening. Take a look at the pinned comment to hear about player ammo. But let's get on with the game. I'm seeing a relatively new player opting for a purple-yellow deck, that Digimon kind of flavor. Gonna be using the Mako and then immediately gonna be able to use her to reduce the cost of the Veemon, which is gonna come out and pass back over for 4. We've got a Raguelmon in the stack, which is gonna stay in the back, and we're gonna set up the Izzy. All 3 are blacks. We're gonna gain back the memory and put them back on the top. We are missing that level 6 though, which is why we don't want to go out. We're afraid of getting chaos degged or anything like that. They had opened a bunch of new stuff, but unfortunately none of the Mastermon starter deck were actually in stock. So not as much removal in the left player's deck as we would like to see. And if it wasn't already obvious, this RagnaLord profile is my very own, the one that you've seen multiple times on the channel. Got to play on top tables quite a bit this week. We're going to be using the Ludomon to place underneath, and we're just trying to cycle through here. Going to get the memory back thanks to the Sakutomon and place this one underneath, which is going to then play the Ludomon. We're going to play it underneath the Digimon because we're going to try and swing at that. If it lives in security, it'll gain reboot and blocker for the next turn. Unfortunately, though, it's going to hit into the Raguelmon, which is going to kill it off in security. And you can see we're kind of just stuck here. So we're going to go for the pass. And that's going to pass over the 3 memory. Kari obviously is going to be that memory setter. So it's going to go to 3 anyway, not losing too much. And now the Gazimon is going to get built up in the back. Very, very important against this deck because it shuts down the Sakutomon memory gain. And she's going to swing into security and hit the Izzy and Joe. Black Gatomon in the back goes down to 0 memory, and another Veemon. This one's going to go over for 4. But since there are 2 Digimon on the field now, Izzy and Joe going to give us the extra 2 memory. Probably could have just passed, but at least is building up board presence. And we can't really do anything to get rid of the Veemon. It is 4k, so it's not going to get dropped by the Digimon Inherit. And we've actually, unfortunately, just got black sources here. We can't actually use the Legend Arms Alliance to play it out. So we're just going to hard drop the RagnaLoardmon, which is kind of just a sign that we are missing our crucial pieces. Speaking of crucial pieces, 4-4 with 3 on the board. A couple of shenanigans that can attack. The Rush Gatomon. There's a lot of Black Gatomon in this deck. Although the Rush isn't doing too much. It swings in, dies to the Briarway. Not really too much of a surprise that it is just a little bit of a struggle. And another Black Gatomon. This one's actually going to get to use the Rush, and it's going to swing at security. But since the Ophanimon has already swung, we're going to block it with the Raguelmon. We wanted to let the first attacks go through because we didn't want to have it just get swung over by the Ophani. We need this body on the board as long as possible. It's our only blocker. And they are going to go into Lady Veemon. So that is going to give the draw 2 trash 2. So we'll get that trash done, and then we'll resolve the Salamon. Couple of misplays, but there's nothing too major. Just get them all sorted and continue. Gonna take the Flame Hell Scythe, but then realize that Death X is a 2-color purple, so actually gonna opt for the Death X, but does put it to the bottom of the deck, so we'll have to grab that back later. Raguelmon once again survives, and we don't have a means of clearing off the Ophani, and kind of just figure out how we want to do this. We are gaining back a decent amount of memory, so we're just going to swing over the Ophanimon. We're going to lose 2 memory. And then Raguelmon is going to swing at security, which honestly, I don't know, I think my brain just turned off. We knew the Ophanimon literally just got put to the top of the stack there because of its effect. And of course, the level 6s show up the moment that I bin off my Raguelmon. Honestly, no idea why I swung in like that. And also, those Izzies should have played the cards to the top. Not really sure what the cycling. Definitely just a lapse in judgment of all round. Kari going to be putting us to 3 once again. And the Zwart defeat. Certainly an interesting list. It is a little bit scattered without the starter deck to try and rein it in. I could go into the Ophanimon full down mode. Obviously, would have loved to go over the Ophanimon for 2 cost, but a 4 cost Digivolution giving you the heal back is probably worth it. Just going to swing into security, hits another Durandamon, just showing how many of those level 6s were in that top stack. The stack could have been a little bit shuffled, but I don't know if how much it's been played since the profile came out. May have just been an unfortunate brick. And we pass over 5-2. Ophanimon giving the deletion, well, whipping the deletion, but gaining the recovery. Going to get the Juramon down off of the Legend Armor Alliance, and we're going to swing at security for 2 checks. He's going to swing over the Raguel and the Maycrack. And we're going to play the Tialudamon for 5, which is going to give it reboot and blocker. We don't really care about the reboot, it's more the blocker. Unfortunately, no, just regular Ludomon. Omnimon's what defeat. When Digivolving, we'll get to delete a Tamer. And now going to swing at security with both of them. And then Demonic Disaster caught me by surprise. Delete one of your Digimon to unsuspend one of your purple. So it was going to delete the Salamon, but instead we're going to delete the Omnimon's What Defeat, which is actually going to delete the blocker when doing so, which allows the Salamon to swing for game. Certainly a surprise. Never seen that card before in my life. And I paid the price. We did try and fight our way out, but I think the RagnaLoardmon maybe just came 1 turn too late and just a couple of misplays. Seeing those level 6s, but we are going to see the RagnaLoardmon does mean that Ludomon is going to scoop this one up. A nice double hit, making up for a pretty rough start. I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident now. We do see the BT3 Demi Meramon, but he's going to go for the Demi Devi. Trash one, no tamer found though. Not sure I entirely agree with the risk, but Demi Devimon is going to go out and the mat is going to come down. We're going to play the Zuba Egamon down over our Zubamon. Probably could have left it in the back, but we've already Digivolved over it now. And we're going to play the Legend Arms Alliance for 4, whilst we have a black and red source. We're going to play out the Ludomon for 3, going to gain the memory back off the Sakutomon. So Ludomon is going to go underneath the stack, and that is what allows us to play the Tier Ludomon. Making sure that stack is in the right order. And we're going to go over for the Rush Gatomon. The Black Gatomon is a cool idea, but without the Mastermon in the deck really to play it out for free, it does kind of just seem a bit clunky. By the time we played again on Sunday, they had actually incorporated the Mastermon, so it's kind of like pre-Mastermon. But still, an interesting list nonetheless. The Spartamon Digivolving for 1 in the back does suck a little bit, but considering we weren't really planning on doing too much, just swinging in with the Ludomon and going up into the Durandamon is not too much of a loss. Demi Devi could go up into Ophanimon or the Raguelmon. Ophanimon probably the better choice, but they're going to go into the Raguelmon. Slight misplay though. They wanted to go for the on-play effect, mistaking it for a when Digivolving. So probably should have gone into the Ophanimon, then gone for that on-play. But even then, the on-play for the end of turn DNA Digivolution only really works if you have the Ordinemon. Cracking the Legend Arms Alliance, we're going to double check what's at the top, and we're going to guarantee that we're going to see the Spartamon in the top. Unfortunately, going to send 2 searches to the bottom, but we are going to get the Digivolve. And we're going to have 2 checks swinging into security at 14k. Unfortunately, though, we're going to hit Dexmon straight away, and Dexmon is going to kill us off on that first check. So now we're just going to slap down a second Legend Arms Alliance. Black and red source is still available thanks to the Spartamon. And that allows us to play out a Raguelmon, which can't be deleted by card effects. Mimi going to come down for 2. And then going to play the Memory Boost for 3, but actually not opting to tap the Mimi, which could prove fatal. Ludimon going to be sorted out in the back, and are we going to crack the Legend Arms? No, we're just going to go straight for Raguelmon, and we're going to hit into a Juramon to set up for another level 6 if we want to, but instead we're going to go into the RagnaLoardmon BT3, go into Durandamon from there, and we're going to keep the pressure on. The stack was kind of too short, but with the Durandamon, it is going to stop the options from activating. And we're going to swing in the Spartamon to kill off that last check. We got something in the back, 3 bodies on the board, and it's kind of just an unwinnable situation. The Meikumon could have come down. It wouldn't have done too much. There's no Mako to force it to pass turn. Since it is a Digimon rather than an option card, it does still go through even with the RagnaLord, but we're just going to see the scoop. Unwinnable situation. And doesn't want to try and prolong it. Game 3. I'm going to be going first once again. With such expensive cards, I think they just kind of wanted to go second. I'm going to set up the memory blocker, and once again the Devimon. This time though it's going to hit into 3 option cards, so all 3 are going to get bottom decked. I'm running that as a one-of in my Bugger Army deck currently, and even I've never seen it whiff that hard. Izzy and Joe just passing turn, and both of us are setting up. Miss Memory Boost is going to get played down. It's going to trash off the Death Xmon, so we're going to get the draw, and then we're going to get the draw off of the Demi Meramon. But thanks to the Wizardmon being trashed from the top of the deck, we are going to gain back 1 memory. Mako comes down to reveal top 3, and we're going to see the Maycrackmon added to hand as the only target. Will, however, go to 4 thanks to the Izzy and Joe Kido, so we're going to push out, and we're going to play the plug-in S for 2 in order to draw 1, and Digivolve a 3-cost or fewer Digimon Digivolution without paying its cost. So we're going memory positive there, and we're going to go into the Raguelmon, which is a 4-cost. We can't play that second plugin in our hand. Going to place 3 underneath, or reveal top 3 even, and we're going to play the Ludomon out. Gain no memory thanks to the Gazimon blocker, and we're just going to add the Spartamon to hand. Unfortunately, the Spartamon's not going to be able to stop us from de-digivolving the Gazimon, because it would just go down to level 2. Meikumon for 5, but is going to get reduced to 4, so it does keep turn. Could get swinging with the Demi Meramon, but we do have the blocker as a once per turn. And the Mako has been played this turn already. Could have Digivolved, well, could have Digivolved over it for the Gatomon, but instead just choosing to go wide, giving us a whole lot of memory though, considering the Izzy Joe is going to come in. We do have 2 bodies on the board, so we're going to go into the Ludimon for 2. Go for X Antibody to make sure that our Digimon can't be bounced, which in this matchup doesn't really matter. It's more to add another to the stack. Even then, that doesn't matter either, because we don't have the red level 6. If we did, we'd probably be playing it draw. Miss Memory Boost is going to go to the battle area, thanks to not having the Durandamon to shut it off. So 2 checks, and we're going to play a second Legend Arms Alliance for 3, which is going to play the Zuba Egomon, which, order of operations, I'm not sure whether the on-play would be allow us to go off first in order to kill off the Gazimon and then gain the memory back from the Sakutomon. If I can do that, let me know in the comments down below. Either way, I think I would have probably tried to avoid the Sakutomon proc. Or, at the very least, since if I can pick the order of operations that way, I would do the Sakutomon proc first to have it blocked by the Gazimon in order to choke to 1 off of the Zuba Egomon play. Just going to swing in and start hitting security. Another Durandamon. Kind of a shame we didn't really get to see Durandamon do too much. Obviously swung into Death Xmon in game 2 and just died instantly. It's mostly insecurity in game 1. Mostly insecurity in game 2 as well. BT3 RagnaLoardmon really putting in work. Didn't really get to see too much of the starter deck RagnaLoardmon. And things are looking pretty rough. We've got the RagnaLoardmon with a blocker. Ludimon can't block itself, but it's going to swing at security and get blocked by the RagnaLord. Another Rush Gato going to come in. He's got 3 security, but with a 3rd body coming out, we get to swing in for 2. Going to hit into the Angelmon and the Kari. Ludamon going to swing in, die to the Countermon, and we are going to finish off the game. That's going to be it. Unfortunately, just the deck profile for this one, but we'll see you in the next one.